explain how to use some of the tools that we have access to at Brokers Alliance, and also to show how to start an application for a policy so that you can actually start to be able to write policies. Now, there are 3 parts of this, and I'm going to do it in 3 separate videos. First video will be how to calculate life insurance needs using a basic tool that's on here on Brokers Alliance. And then I will go through a little bit longer of a video showing how to do an illustration for the client that they can, start to get an idea of how much they could potentially pull out in retirement, what that actually looks like, all of those things. And then the third video will be actually how to start an application. Now, I won't go through a full application, but I will, start it so you can go through it. So to begin with, let's talk about how to calculate life insurance needs. Now, Brokers Alliance has a lot of tools available for various things, trainings, opportunities, social media. Final expense is really useful if you have any final expense potential clients or just referrals. I mean, final expense in some ways is a little bit like term, where it's a little bit easier of a sell for people. The commissions are not as much, but it's a little bit easier for people to understand. But to do just a quick link to calculating life insurance needs, it's up here on quick links. You go down, you do life insurance needs, and then it will take you to just a simple life insurance needs calculator. And being able to have access to this will really just help, make it so that you know what you're talking about. You can give your clients a very specific number versus just ballparking things. So let's just make an example client, so you can help calculate. So it's like, lump sum needed to replace income. So let's say it comes down and it walks you through how to do this. So how many years of income does your client want to replace? So let's say they, if anything happened to them, they want to replace 20 years of income, and they're making $100,000. So right there, you're talking in this basic example, they would need a lump sum of at least pretty much 1.5 million. So if they have any debts, that they have, if they have $200,000 left in their house or something like that, the Pay for College is a useful tool because you can add kids to this. So, like for example, I've got a son named Tristan, he's 5, and it can let you select what type of college you plan on going. They potentially plan going for. Obviously, 4-year private is the most expensive. 4-year public in-state, 4-year public out-of-state. Let's just say potentially plans on that. And then calculate. Oh. 4-year public. Oh, I don't know why it's not working. Okay, there we go. So this will gives it increase. So it has a built-in inflation calculator, so you can get an idea of how much it will actually be when that time comes. And you can show them the different amounts that it will be, so that they actually have an idea of what it will be. And then you can add child or anything like that. And then you put that in here. So that was going to be about 100,000. So then you go through and, say they have like a super cheap policy from forever ago, 300,000, they've got 100,000 in savings, and, oh, no. Say they got, 10,000 saved up for college already for them. And then they've got, in cash and assets, 70,000. And then it shows you what their available funds are, if anything were to happen to them, and then the remaining coverage that they need. So this gives you an idea of where to start from, to be able to tell people, to be able to craft how to create products. Now, depending on the situation, every single situation is different. Obviously, these videos are just for educational purposes, for the disclaimer purposes of things. The way that I personally believe in doing things is I think that the IULs are great, and if you can have enough coverage that an IUL covers everything, that's great. But for a lot of people, what will end up being the best case scenario is being able to have a hybrid complete package where they have some term to be able to have a lower expense charge for getting some of the life insurance needs covered, and then be able to have the rest covered in an IUL. Because remember, the way that we want to structure IULs is, the minimum death benefit, so that the maximum that they put into it is going towards that growth and that investment side of things, so that they can actually use it for growth. But again, this was just off of Quick Links life insurance needs calculator. You can see it's pretty thorough for just a basic getting an idea and a ballpark of what they need. And you can go through here, you can go through quotes and print and clear it, then all of that. If we go, but like I said, this is a way to get a basic needs. Now we'll have our own tools as well, but this is just the one that's on Brokers Alliance that I could show you. So I just clicked on the get a quote. So this will take you to automatically take you to the quoting tools that Brokers Alliance has for term products specifically. So this takes you to a term product calculator, which generally speaking, we prefer using like the InstaBrain, because that is a instant issue, has living benefits, has a lot of really good options for it. But like I said, this is just a basic life insurance needs calculator that hopefully is helpful. Thanks. So next video, we'll talk about how to actually make some illustrations with IULs.